Ready for the lights. Here we go in round 6. Timo Glock, a great launch. Oh, he collides with his teammate. The iSport teammates, Andreas Zuber and Timo Glock collide. I can't believe what we just saw.
Well, they're both trying to cut across and block each other, a la Schumacher, and they both run into each other, both out.
Watch this. Glock on the left, Zuber on the right, and they just drive right into each other.
I just can't believe it. They're both trying to block everybody else off behind them and just drove right into each other. Absolutely extraordinary.
It was extraordinary. There's a stall car at the back, which is what we see the yellow flags waving for. They're not waving. The marshals haven't seen this incident yet.
Wow, that right front, right rear wheel bounced right off Glock's head.
Clear that 11 car down into turn 1. 11 had a problem off turn 4 and just lost all of his momentum. Brad Kane making a move on his teammate. Loose!
They catch the 12 of the 2 into the wall.
Hard hits.
Penske drivers.
We hit pretty hard, guys.
You saw the 2 go up the racetrack, catch the 12, both of them into the wall coming off a 2.
Look right here. See right there, Keselowski really low. It's so flat down there. I just think that got his car unsettled. Back of the car started around. You said it, Junior. He had to turn right to keep from spinning out and just turned directly into his teammate.
We see Brad Keselowski climbing out of the number 2.
Simon Larsson, Swedish racer, parked his target competition Audi at the side of the circuit. Is that because something happened here? Did he not bother to brake? But just as they say, whatever you do, don't hit your teammate. Who did you hit? Your teammate? What were you doing? Well, that was that won't have a happy outcome when he walks his way back to the target garage, because that was fairly clueless bit of driving there. Unless he had mitigating circumstances, he seemed not to bother to hit the brake pedal a great deal.
And it seems to be a good fight developing between the 2 Corvettes. And it's Ricard on the inside. Alex Verdorf, he turns in and hits the Armco in a big way. There goes the wheel. A bit too sharp. He already thought he was there. Alex Verdorf, and he hits the Armco in a major way. Well, again, that's a big rebuild for
here we see
Miller.
Curly gets wide, gets a slide on over the curbs, loses it. Richard Williams at this time is coming through the chicane. He aims actually for the where the car is, which normally is the right thing to do, but at that point the car grips and turns into him, and really totally blameless Richard Williams, and a disaster for the team.
This was when we saw the banner coming onto the circuit, and you could see it being flicked up there by Gareth Howell, and obviously that's not a safe situation.
Because you realize these drivers are racing each other. This is not formation.
Whoa!
Case in point, gentlemen.
Right there, he got tagged. Al Unser Jr. tagged from behind. Paul Tracy was the culprit, and that sent him off into the barrier.
There goes the streak of 4 consecutive wins. I don't think that's going to be a very popular move within the team. Do you, Bobby?
Well, it won't be. 2 cars on the same team, Sam, unfortunately have to be a little bit more careful than they would be if they were competitors on different teams.
The good news seemed to be that Little Al's car looked to be fairly intact. Watch it as it passes through the barrier here.
But obviously he's on the brakes, Paul, so hard he's probably got the engine killed.
Turn 3, Montoya in the fence, along with Jamie McMurray.
Took his teammate. That's teammates right there.
Coming here.
And Kurt Busch, the 2 car, was heavily involved. Just a little contact there, McMurray into the side of the 42 car, Montoya.
It's almost like McMurray's car walked up just a little bit, maybe. It's almost like maybe Montoya came down, McMurray maybe went up just a little bit. Didn't take much.
That's what happened right there. The guy on the outside's got to make the corner. Yep, little contact.
And Kurt Busch, the pole sitter, with nowhere to go.
The inside line, forcing his teammate to go the long way round, and they make contact. They both locked up. Off the road goes Armstrong, and Hughes goes up to second place. The prediction from HWA is something was going to happen, and it did happen at the top of the hill. Yesterday, in a very similar incident from Sergio Sette Camara hitting his teammate Nicholas Latifi in Formula 2, that was a 5-second penalty, and from those pictures, I think we might just have seen Jake Hughes win the race. Race control will be looking at it right now.
Really looked as quick as expected this weekend in the Ferrari. He's late on the brakes though, coming down and completely harpoons Van Glabacker up the inside line. The two Ferraris make contact, and that is a big impact. It's going to put Van Glabacker out of the race, and I fear that Cordoni won't be able to restart from that either. And it's also going to give Amato Ferrari's team lots of work to do for later on. Look at Cordoni. He either brakes incredibly late or he has a brake failure and tried to steer out of it. And by going up the inside over the curb, perhaps tried to avoid all the cars ahead, but it just wasn't happening. Van Glabacker turns in, and he's the innocent victim of a very big impact indeed.
The two Toyotas together, round Westfield. And they're off! Both of them off! Well, incredible! Both the Toyotas off and the rest stream through. Wow! And Andy Rouse puts up his thumb, I'm okay. Oh dear, these two are teammates, Will Hoy and Andy Rouse. And Andy Rouse's body language says rage and fury. Now there is Hoy on the right. They're drifting left, and they are off. Slam bang at 120 miles an hour. Neither of them hurt. Incredible.
It's that little bit better balanced, but the speed the crossbows have out of the corners. We saw Nickel Jones. Oh well, dearie me, Jonathan COTA given a tip off into the barriers at the outside. I was going to talk about their speed previous laps out of the final corner, but this time had far better speed than the 92 Porsche. Well, if you cut across my bows, there's not much I can do about it. 34, I would say, was probably in the wrong there. That's Jonathan COTA, cut across the nose of the sister KTM. Yes, you can see the Porsche had to slightly come off the power.
The lead. Now he's all the way back in 10th.
Sideways go Daniel Suarez. Eric Jones gets caught up in it. Caution comes out. Such a good car, and that is what happens when you have a problem on pit road and you lose the positions that you were running in.
Teammates, the 20 just Jones basically, I'm sure it wasn't on purpose, but just misjudged the corner entry, got into the left rear quarter panel of the 19 behind the tire, turns the 19 around, and they all start spinning and crashing from there.
Show you what happened a moment ago. Bill Saunders in the mix as well. Saunders, his teammate. Here's Leighton Reese trying to get by Saunders to pick up 7th. Leighton makes the pass, smoking the brakes, David.
Smoking the brakes big time, and then as poor old Bill Saunders gets off the gas, his teammate Greg Pickett comes up and nails him right in the side.
This is the view from Pickett's automobile here. Saunders just turned down across him, it looks like.
Yeah, Saunders left him room and then decided he shouldn't leave him room and close the door on him rather too late.
Видимо, считал, что Джолион должен понимать все расклады сражения за чемпионат. Но Джолион, еще раз повторимся, перед паузой в Венгрии одержал победу. Главной, в основной, в субботней гонке. Поэтому он здесь ехал в Ля Сурс, как ни в чем не бывало. Вот два болида Карлина.
Удивительно, что все-таки они избежали еще с кем-то столкновения позади.
That'll be a night announced in victory lane. And we have a car, the 77 machine you just talked about of James Winslow, has come to rest against the tire barrier in turn number 4.
And Winslow's opportunity at a great finish, a strong finish, is going to go by the wayside. Oh. And here we see Major got up right behind him. The Major got in from behind him, and then Kasimets was able to get around Major. Now,
their teammates.
Out of 13 races, so that's a pretty good scoring rate. Oh, and the both Belgian racing Fords, the car of Vanina X and Martin Matzke. I do hope they haven't had it coming together.
Well, something's happened.
That's Vanina's car without a rear wing.
Well, they're coming down. That's Vanina X ahead.
Yeah, it is.
And there it is down the inside. Well, I mean, how dumb can you get? Not only is it dumb, it's your own teammate.
I know. Taken to the dirt there was Kamara in his
And in fact,
Corvette.
both cars have lost their rear wings because both rear wing end flaps interlocked and snatched the rear wing off both the Ford. Well, you shake your head, get them in and give them the
Flag is out, and we are underway in racing, heading into turn number 1 as Oliver Askew.
And Zachary Clayman DeMello in the back of the shot there, going to and he jumps. Zachary Clayman bumps into his teammate Lucas Cole. A little bit, but then he's going to go extremely late on the brakes. A little bit too optimistic here. Locks up and has no boom into the back of Lucas Cole. That is unfortunately the #1 rule in racing, is never take your teammate out. That's exactly what happened.
Take another look at it here and see if anything else jumps out at you.
Well, it just shows you how inviting that turn 1 is and how wide it is coming into the first corner. But then it tightens right up, almost like a funnel, and victim of that this time by
for position. And Harrah again. Whoa, 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 whoa! No! The teammates touch. Brackhart into the wall. Pappas's car destroyed too. Yellow flag is out.
Now watch Harrah move up. Max starts to wash up high. He can't keep the car down. Makes contact with Kenny Brack. Brilliant driving there. Dario Franchitti missing him. Everyone else getting through cleanly. Parts everywhere. A wheel bouncing down the track.
And thank goodness that Kenny Brack's car did stay pinned to the wall for a while. Oh, that was close for Pappas, though.
Oh, and a big hit on that unprotected wall on the inside.
It getting a little wider.
There he goes.
Junior.
Down. Oh, no! There's 25. Hook to 48. It takes out Earnhardt and Jimmy Johnson.
Caution is out. The leaders had already taken the white flag.
This is what he was waiting for. And then watch the 25 just hook the rear fender here. Just touch the bumper.
We're still waiting for NASCAR to declare a winner.